1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Volothamp modulus tautology. Modulus tautology. How y'all doing today? Throw a classic on for y'all. Make sure all my things is running right. All is good. Cut that cool music on. Alright, that should sound a little better for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Volothamp modulus tautology. Adjusting my levels. It's all good. Sorry for the delay. Got a good show for y'all signed up for y'all today. This is a classic game right here. It's called Tactics Ogre. Reborn. And I'm just gonna run through a little bit of it with y'all. Okay, even load my old game. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. So how y'all doing today? You know what I mean? So I played a little bit of the game. Just me demoing it a little bit. Tactics Ogre. Tactics Ogre. You know? Alright, load complete. But yeah, I'm good, man. This is, you know, I'm you know, I slowed down a little bit in the presentation. You know, this is a chess kind of a game. It's a Dungeons and Dragons, but it's more of a chess thing where you control your players along a grid, and you fight it out like you're playing chess. It's a cool game. We can check out the Warren report, and let's see here. Tidings, talk, people, play guide. So, can I play any of this? No, this ain't what I can play. Let's see here. Alright, so this is a little bit of the backstory. I'll play a little bit of it.
It's as we heard, Denim. Lancelot's returned.
Lancelot has returned.
Then it's time. Right, sister?
Then it's time, right, sister? Like, this is how my son wants me to be more like Zach Scott. Add a little dramatic to, you know, the gameplay. But these are cool games. Is this the first one? I have to look all that information up. What I am going to share a little bit of, you know, I've been doing the commercial breaks. The Snoop Dogg situation. I'm gonna share some Tim Black on the Snoop Dogg situation. It's hip hop related, so that's why, you know, I mean, it's. And I want y'all to check it out. It's not that, like they try to say that, you know, Tim Black is pro-blackity black and all that. It's just sharing an honest analysis of what we've been saying for years now.
We can't beat him, you know that.
See how she sounded a little, you know, we can't beat him and you know that. Like, you know, that's girls, right? You know. The guys, we feel as though we can, you know, beat anybody.
You'd have us pass up a chance like this?
Yeah. So that's Vice. What's her name?
It's foolishness to think the three of us might defeat the Dark Knights.
Katua. Yeah, it's foolish to think that we can beat the Dark Knight. Like, I'm like, all right, we can get it on. I ain't scared of him.
They're the ones who have been foolish.
Yeah.
We stand to gain.
We stand to gain. Right? If we stand together, we stand to gain. Right, that Denim? You sound good, Denim.
Don't tell me you're scared. If you've lost your taste of blood.
Don't tell me you're scared. Vice is funny, right? That's that toxic masculinity, right? And yeah, that's the theme of the day's, you know, presentation show. I call them programs, all right? That's that fear. You see, you have to I'm not afraid. Today I give myself permission to be all that I can be. New fields of divine activity now open for me. Unexpected doors fly open. Unexpected channels are now free. My mind is focused and directed towards my victory. I now create what I need using divine energy. Good things come to me easily and in peace. And at the same time, at the right time, there it is. There it is. That's hip hop right there. It's the knowledge movement.
That's enough, Vice.
Come on, Vice. That's enough. Let's go. So they go out there and bang. All right. So, there's a flip to the story, and I can get into a little bit more of the story and things of that nature. But I do have 10 minutes of video to share, and then, right? Can I do another one? Let's see. All right. So this is the afterword. So this is after that little battle that they had, and they found out there was somebody. It was a different Lancelot, right? So now it's okay. They actually allies, and now they came and discussed fighting the evil Lancelot. So there's a good Lancelot and an evil Lancelot. These are traditional, stories. It is political. It is religious. It is scientific. It's life. Right, that's why I keep reiterating that those three entities is actually you want to call them some people want to call them ideologies, right? But I'm saying that they're equal. They are three equilateral angles in the same equilateral triangle. Or whatever, right? Like they're within the same grasp of describing life and being a part of life, right? So all this religion, politics, and scientific methodologies are different entities, and right? No, that's the illusion, right? No, they're one, right? So yes, the president has to deal with the pastor, right, or the pope or whatever, right? Depending on your key religious figure. That's why they become political figures. Even your teacher is a political feature. Is a political person, right? The teacher is the the teacher of the community, but in each individual homes, the teacher is the parents, and there it is. So it's all about trying to get the parenthood to work together, and that's the conflict right now, because some parenthood think they should have authority over other parenthood. That's when the quote unquote terminologies of either racial hatred or slavery or things of that nature, the upper and lower class and whatever, right? All of those concepts which causes discrimination, right? Because life is naturally inequality. That's what it is. That can be greater than, there can be less than, and then the third one will be an equal sign with a line through it. That's the one that we miss out on. We just think it's greater than or less than. No. An equal sign with a line through it is an inequality as well. 4 does not equal 5, regardless of how much you want it to be, right? That's where, what's his name? Whatever, because he was saying one times 1 should be greater than 1. Like, nah, dude. Terrence Howard. No, dude. That's not the case, right? It shouldn't be greater than. Shouldn't be less than. It's 1 times 1 equals 1, right? Now, as soon as I say 1 and 1 equals 1, people get confused because 1 and 1 also equals 2. It's just that the operators are different. One is multiplication, the other one is addition. Multiplication is dimensional. Addition is additive, right? So we'll get more into that kind of understanding of how true mathematics when it comes to the identity element 1 and or 0, right? 0 has identity element, not abilities, because they don't have abilities. They have I'm trying to search a better word, but it is what it is, right? 0 is 1 plus 0 is 1, right? 1 times 0 is 0. So, but it's the identity element for addition. where 1 is the identity element for multiplication, but my explanation of the ideology is not really in line with, it is a little colloquial off of what the traditional mathematicians books are. But we're going to dive deep into the mathematicians books, just one thing at a time, you know. So they telling the whole story here. Now this is the guy that I want to, you know, the star singer Warren. So he's usually in every tactic ogre's game. There's usually a you know, they call him the Star Seer Warren, but they'll call him Warren, and that's his title of being the elder warrior or whatever powers that he possesses. He could be a magician, he could be whatever, you know, but he's the Star Seer Warren. He sounds like he right might do some kind of light spell that'll mess you all up, or even a dark spell that'll mess you up. There it is. There it is. So I'm gonna skip through all this and I'm gonna jump right into the video, and I'll do a little bit of explaining the mathematics of the chessboard, and then I'm done. I did my job. You know, I don't want to make it more complex than that. I might say a little bit more about the Snoop Dogg situation after this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. You know, life and love is a beautiful thing. They both have 4 letters, but they're 2 different things altogether. I like many ladies in my day, like the wind, they all blown away, blown away, blown away.
I took my grandson to see what was the movie with Buzz Lightyear?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz, the Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
With Kiki Palmer's in that movie.
Okay.
She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she and she had a baby. They both women. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with. So it's like, fuck me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
Okay, so a couple of things here. This is another example of why I told you that we should have gone out to see the Lightyear movie in droves, okay? Because this is what happened. The movie came in light, and then it was carte blanche for everybody to like criticize the movie or whatever. Oh, we'll go broke, whatever. Put that to the side. I'm gonna do something for the homies, for all of the homies, other older homies. I'm gonna tell them 2 things. 1, just so you know, it's your job to explain things to kids.
Booking.com has all kinds of...
The Giving podcast, Giving. It's Giving, I think it's called. Very interesting podcast, beautiful sister was the host of the podcast, not a bunch of guys sitting around talking about gay people. It was a black woman, and it's her podcast, interesting podcast. But of course, that's how we're going to go viral. We don't care about building up the black community. We don't care about the part where Snoop was talking about his amazing, successful marriage and how he's been able to stay with the same woman for so long with so much money in his damn pocket. And her too. She got money too. They both very successful. You understand what I'm saying? So now let's go to obnoxious gaslighting Lee.
I don't have an answer for it.
Uncle Snoop criticizes the LGBTQ representation in children's films, saying, I'm scared to go to the movies. You scared? We know what is defined as discrimination or aversion or fear of homosexuality, of gay stuff, right? We know what it's called homophobia. This textbook. I told y'all, folks use the LGBT community as a mode of solidarity with them folks across the aisle. This man was at the crypto ball talking about can the crypt get into crypto, but you ain't speaking on none of the policies, none of the things that's going on in LA from the person that you was chilling with, Donald Trump? You ain't speaking on none of the folks that's losing health care, that's losing access to education, that's losing the ability to afford groceries because of this president that you decided you want to do crypto with, but you want us to focus on movies? Not movies? So the kids, you more focus on the kids going to the movies and seeing but you ain't worried about the kids losing access to education. Kids losing access to free lunch. This what you worried about, OG?
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
I do detecteth bullshitteth. Yeah, lots of bullshit here. Consciously, I'm looking back at what Snoop said, and you know what I'm saying, maybe I'm not conscious, but I don't think I fell asleep. I wasn't unconscious. I don't think he said he was afraid of gay people. I think he said he didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to respond. Yeah, he was afraid. He didn't know what the right things to say. Didn't want to say the wrong thing. Actually, what he was saying is that he had respect for those people, and he didn't want to say no negative things about it. Didn't know exactly how to deal with the situation. That's being honest. Like you, for instance. You get an opportunity to be around a bunch of Democrats.
I can't stand when you meet somebody for the first time, you trying to be all cool and things, and they say something to you to make you emotional. And before I go on, I don't care what anybody says about this man right here. Well, I got on Twitter and I hit him up like, hey, how can I be where you at? Like, I really... Just right here, just to wrap it up, there's a lot of people in my audience that have kind of lost faith in the Democratic Party uniquely, and they feel a little pessimistic what's going on right now.
You fanboying like a little girl and shit, I seen you. You don't really know how to deal with the fact that these people are not your friend. And all the questions and all the things that you're throwing at Snoop about he went to a crypto ball, why did he talk to his boy Trump? Dude, you've been hanging out with Democrats, they ain't doing shit for us. You've been, for years I've seen you on TikTok kissing Democratic Party ass. What have they done for us that's been so amazing? Democrats are super duper in the toilet with Democrats and with the rest of the country. Lowest numbers they've had in like 30 years. But you don't have much criticism for him. I notice all your criticisms for Trump, even when he wasn't in office. What were you criticizing when Biden was in office? I wonder if it was Biden and Kamala. I don't think it was. Young man, you're a liar. You just lied through your teeth. That's not what Snoop was saying. He didn't say I'm scared of gay people. Why would he be scared of gay people? He's a fucking Crip. Scared of nobody. What are you talking about? He ain't a blood, is he? He ain't Crip, right? Okay, I don't know. I get them mixed up. I'm not affiliated.
At Raymore and
So if you don't want to explain things to children, then you should not be around children, because children are going to ask you to explain everything. They're going to ask you to explain oxygen, why the sky is blue, why this, why that. It's kids. So because that's what they're going to do, it's actually your responsibility to develop the language in order to explain things to children. And straight black brothers, it's your job to explain sexual diversity and orientation to younger kids. So rather than lament the fact that that's your job, learn how to do it. Very simple. Uncle Van, how can two women have a kid? Well, they either adopted the kid or one woman was inseminated and then they have the kid. The most important thing is, younger brother, is that loving families come in all different types of ways. Well, why are two women together? Because it's very simple. Some boys like boys, some girls like girls, some girls like boys and girls, some boys like boys and girls. And everyone, as long as they're safe and consenting, can do whatever they want, and they should get the same type of love and appreciation and acceptance from everybody. You wouldn't want anybody getting on you for something that your body tells you to do, right? For who you are naturally. You don't want anybody making those determinations or like teasing you because you're black or because you're from Baton Rouge or because you talk a certain way or because you look a certain way. That's why it's bad to do that to other people, because we shape their lives in negative ways. So look at people and understand and accept that God created everybody in different, diverse ways. And that's the reason why we should love them. That's it. That's all you got to do. And when I say this, man, I'm telling you, that's all you got to do.
Hey, somebody come get this fool. Somebody come get him, man. Come get him. Come get him. Who died and may just got a spokesperson? What dumb Jewish man, what dumb old rich Jewish man put this cornball up here to talk down to black people like he knows something we don't know? To educate all the black people about all the black people. Oh, let me talk to all the black. Who do you think you are, you big goofball? Yeah, man, who do you think you are, man? Because you got a little podcast some white guy gave you. Did you think you can sit up here and talk down to us? First of all, don't be comparing LGBTQ to black people. Yeah, even Lindsay was like, oh shit. This dumbass compared him to, he done dug a hole. Yeah, you kept talking. I knew it was only a matter of time when you start explaining. First of all, you ain't even talking from personal experience. Where your kids at? You don't even have kids, do you? You talking about, Snoop talking about his grandson. You talking about uncle. Trump. Snoop wasn't talking about his grandson. We was talking about his grandson, not about his uncle or his nephew. You talking about kids you don't have, about situations you're not even in. Let's go back here. First of all, you set yourself up when you said this. You said, we should have seen this one coming. That's why I was saying we all need to go out and see this movie in droves. Because I knew this was coming. What did you know was coming? That people were not going to like the fact you were going to spring on them, a gay couple with a baby, on kids as young as 4. Yeah, which is what the real problem is. The problem is not that gay people exist. The problem is not that there are gay couples that have kids, whether adopted or artificially inseminated. The problem is that's not what he thought the movie was about. And why is that a fixture, a component of the movie? Why is that something that needs to be highlighted? Why is that in this Buzz Lightyear movie? Why are any romantic relationships in it at all? I thought they was about toys coming to life or some shit. So that's what it was. But see, you're reading into everything because you are so determined to be the spokesman for the LGBTQ. If you ain't being a spokesman for LGBTQ, you being a spokesman for Palestinians. If your ass ain't being a spokesman for Palestinians, you being a spokesman from undocumented people. If you ain't a spokesperson for undocumented people, you're a spokesperson for trees. If you're a spokesperson for trees, you're a spokesperson for aluminum cans on the side of the road. Anything besides black people. You like want to be the Negro whisperer to get all the brothers in line. That's your job, huh? You just run around with a tin can, picking up coins from Jewish people, running around telling black people how to act. I get them in line for you, boys. I do it, rest sir, yes me. Just put me up to it. I get right on it from Baton Rouge. Which brings me to another dumbass thing. When you said you have to develop the language. You got to develop the language. You know what, Van? As long as I've been black, I've been hearing black people tell me I ain't got to do nothing but stay black, pay taxes, and die. Black people ain't got to develop a language for shit, neither do white people. Nobody has to develop a language to appease anyone. Particularly when we spending our goddamn money. We don't have to develop a language to have any type of conversations we don't want to freaking have. And it'd be different if you knew that's what this was the move, that this was gonna be a component of the show. If you knew this was not just a bug, but a feature of the show, maybe then people wouldn't have went to it. And maybe once the word got out, that's how people stopped going. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to try to pepper them up with this LGBTQ learning moment. Okay? Then he says, straight black brothers. Straight black brothers. Let me talk to my straight black brothers. How can you should be prepared to answer questions. You have to develop the language. You straight black brothers. How can you, you have to, loving families come in all shapes and sizes. When did you die and come back, Romper Room? When did you die and come back, Mr. Rogers? Eddie Murphy's still here, by the way. We don't need you to be the new Mr. Rogers. This guy wants so badly to be the Negro Whisperer. The guy that gets us all in check. The guy that educates us. But unfortunately, he's not good at words. He's not good at putting together his own thoughts. You're flailing in the water talking about, how would you like it if people judge you because you was different? What if they judge you because you was black or from Baton Rouge? Last time I checked, you could just move from Baton Rouge. You know, no one's against you being gay, straight, trans. That's you. Do you enjoy it, boo-boo? The whole point I got from Snoop's very short. And this is how I know a bunch of y'all are nothing but operatives. I watched that entire broadcast, the entire podcast. The part about the trans, the gay, whatever.
Enjoy the new.
It's so minimal, right? It's only like that. That's it right there. It's an hour video, but you know what I mean. They got to make a mountain out of a molehill, right? Because the people that are making a mountain of a molehill is, you know, quote unquote straight brothers like myself. Like, dude, what's that straight to? Like, you're the one putting the labels on people, right? They want to call it heteronormative and all these, you know, all the colloquial rhetoric that goes along with Western psychological ideology, right? Now, I can explain what I just said in one, you know, in a good, you know, hour, 2 hour explanation of the difference between psychology and philosophy, and then add on ideas higher than that, like metaphysics, and of course, you know, my favorite, epistemology. But then it's going to be you're the one, I'm the one speaking a bunch of colloquial rhetoric because they don't understand the methodology of either 1 and 1 is 1 or 1 and 1 is 2. You must choose. It's not hard. It's as simple as love or hate. But if it's, I want love and hate, right? I've been explaining that for decades. That's the quote unquote contradiction. Why do you want love and hate? I love God. It's simple. Is that the devil hate? I guess so. But if you believe that God is the devil, it's not, right? I feel for you. I feel for your soul. You know? I'm not saying God isn't incapable of wrath. But his wrath is the sun blowing up. Right? A meteor hitting, you know what I mean? Or a child being attacked by a person from the group that's called the lgbtqia plus .pdf files. They're a group. And we can ordain that they're a terrorist group. We have enough evidence that when 2 guys in Atlanta adopt 2 boys, that's why the judge gave them 100 years in jail. 100 years in jail, right? Or the guy recently that killed 3, right? What? Death penalty or 100 years in jail? Y'all know the answer, right? But we still want to instead blame hip hop because of these ignorant dudes that's on here trying to explain why someone other than the child's father should be the head of their home. That's the biblical aspect of it, saying God saying that's none of your business. If you're saying that your business, that means that you think you're the judge of another man's family, home, country, right? That's why we don't go, I'm African American. No, I'm American. This is my land. This is my language. This is the laws that I follow. You know? So there it is. This is the chess aspect of it. We battle to battle, right? And then I think it's automatic. Oh, there was Warren right there. What did Warren just do? I don't know. He did something dope. And then he moved. Ooh, now he about to. You see that Warren did some old fire spell, so Warren might not be the coolest. He might, right? Warren might be a little evil. He doing fireballs like that. Boy shot the arrow, right? And then they move. So that's the game basically. It's chess moves, and the goal is to defeat the other team. Since this is the very first board, it's So I'm gonna go over here to Warren. Let me see if I can highlight Warren. Nope. Oh, I can do it this way. Warren. He's already over here. Figuring out. Well, my time is up anyway, but I can show some more and give better examples next time. Why can't I select one? Oh well. So that's the game. I wanted to show Warren, but oh, I can do it there here. Oh, here he is. All right, so this is Warren, and he is an astromancer. What does that do? It's high level. He can put people to sleep. You can fill him out and everything. Develop finishing moves. You know what I mean? We'll see how playable he is. But I'll bring back more next time. And what do you say about the whole Snoop Dogg situation? Because it really wasn't a big deal. It was a 2-hour episode. He said it for 2 seconds, but now everybody's making a big deal out of it because what we've been saying for the longest time now, that the lgbtqia plus dei.pdf files is not hip hop. I've been saying a while for now is no, it's not the teacher's job to teach my son or your children, right? You don't want the school to teach your children about the birds and the bees. It's not the government's job to teach our children about the birds and the bees. It's on me, right? All right, so son, no, that's corny, son. Daddy, I feel like the son, stop. Unless you're suffering from mental health issues, because what they do is a person that he thinks he's a girl, he's trans, he climbs a building and he jumps off the building and kills himself, right? Because he hates himself being a girl. And then to say that that's perfectly normal and that person should be the head of, what was the lady that was the head of Biden's administration is a bunch of BS hypocrisy. And now that they don't want to, Biden wasn't held accountable for and implementing all of these crazy ideas and justifying that they are people with psychological that have mental health issues. So yes, we can help them to become better cooks and jobs like that, but they shouldn't be in charge of payroll. They shouldn't be in charge of human resources. They shouldn't be in charge of. But once we did that and put them in those positions that they shouldn't have been in, that's why we were experiencing a whole lot of discrimination, because generally those are the people that hate their father. One God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop, life, love. One, that's God is love. Hip hop is lifetime, is holy. So stop wasting it trying to tell somebody else or judging people, lying, right? Because you know you wouldn't do it before one God. Money is nothing more than a fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist, because hip hop is the art of making the most out of life. Economics, it's all about one. God is understood. Yo. Peace.